Welcome to CyberGuardians Unlimited. We are currently using Kali Linux here, and before we get to our lesson, we're going to go ahead and investigate this incident further. So as you can see here, there are files on the desktop. So each of these files contain different parts of basically the SOS message. So we're going to figure out what to do here. So it says leak shadow. I think I messed this up. Hold on. Yeah. Please help. Leak shadow, please help. So this is in the correct order. So let's go ahead and click each of these files. There are two things. Find the leaked files. Exploit the leak. Please, or click please. Okay, well, we're going to have to go to the dark side here. I'm going to have to get my hacker side here, so let's go ahead and bring them to the camera.
Hi. So I guess you're wondering, who the heck is this guy? I am Shadow. A shadow of a very intelligent young man who has volunteered to join the Cyber Guardians. His job is to become the avenger of defending the world, protecting the internet. So who is this brilliant young man, this brilliant avenger? Let me show you his light side.
I am Marcellus, and this is Cyber Guardians.
Hello, here is my shadow side. So let's go ahead and exploit the leak. So it says click please. Let me make sure this is in the right order. Make things easy, type these commands. Okay, so it appears to be some kind of riddle. So in order to investigate this further, we gotta make sure these are in order. So it looks like this goes here. Shadow leak, please help. Not leak shadow, please help. So start off this one. There is a leak of data. It is up to you, Cyber Guardian. Navigate to leak. There are two things. Find the leak files. Exploit the leak. Click please. To make things easy, type these commands. Okay. I didn't mess the command up though. LOL. Go help. Alright, so it appears before I start typing in commands that I don't know, because that's the number one thing not to do, it appears, according to my expertise, ls, so this is the command to list where the files are and give us details of the leak file. So let's go ahead and do this command here. We're just going to copy and paste it. And so it looks like this is it right here. This is a .env environment. These are the permissions here. Read, write, and then read. Permissions. Cat, which is concatenate leaked files environment. Okay, so we're going to concatenate. I'm going to open this here. Paste, click forward. Ooh, okay, looks like this is what information got leaked. Database user admin, database host, local host. Archive passwords, Cyber Guardians. So go to help. You've got this, Cyber Guardian. After you find it, type here the leak so I know Thanks. Okay. So this is the leaked information. So we're going to copy this selection. Then we're going to paste it. You're welcome. Then you may proceed. So we're going to unzip this zip file here. And this is our episode right here. Another day, another dollar. So looks like, according to my expertise, this is going to be the password for us to get in. So we're going to type this here. Replace Shelly episode. No. This is what we got here. Alright, so now we can officially get started in our episode. TLDR. Shadow leaks aren't traditional hacks. They're quiet data exposures caused by system design, logging, caching, or AI behavior, where sensitive information slips out without anyone breaking in. This episode explains what shadow leaks are, why they're dangerous, clear real-world examples involving ChatGPT, and what users need to know to protect themselves. So this is very, very important to know. Shadow leaks, the quiet problem most people miss. Most people picture cyber attacks as something loud alerts, malware, compromised accounts. Shadow leaks don't look like that. A shadow leak happens when data escapes its intended boundary without an attacker actively forcing it. The system is doing what was built to do, but something wasn't controlled properly. Think of it like a door that has never been locked. No one breaks in, they just walk through. Shadow leaks appear in places people don't think to check. Logs meant for troubleshooting. Cache memory meant for performance. Analytics meant for insight. AI conversations meant to feel private. The danger isn't speed or force, it is silence. Why shadow leaks are so dangerous. Traditional attacks leave trails. Shadow leaks often don't. Okay, this is pretty good. There may be no alerts, no logins, no clear incident, yet sensitive data can still be exposed. Shadow leaks can reveal user metadata, internal system behavior, private conversations, credentials or tokens, personal or business sensitive information. Attackers don't need advanced tools if the system exposes the data for them. ChatGPT as a clear real-world example. ChatGPT is a strong case study because it shows how complex systems can leak information without being hacked. So here's our first example. In early 2023, a bug caused some users to see titles of other users' conversations. Conversation metadata that didn't belong to them. What matters here is how it happened. No one accessed another account. No passwords were stolen. No malicious action was required. The system accidentally crossed boundaries between users. That's a shadow leak. Data exposure caused by a flaw in isolation, not intrusion. Even though the issue was fixed quickly, it proved an important point. AI systems can unintentionally expose user data simply due to complexity. So here's our website that we will navigate here. And this is probably going to take us to the website where the blog or the article was found about this data leak. So here's more information right here. So ChatGPT suffered an outage back on March 20th, 2023. And it shows us more information here. So the bug has since been patched, and OpenAI has added checks to make sure requesting users don't get data belonging to other users. It has been estimated that the AI chatbot has reached 10 million monthly active users in January 2023. That is a lot. All right, so let me take off my hacker
side here. All right. So, yeah, I don't need him anymore because we're good to go. So basically, let me close this out here. So what you guys have to be careful of is that you have to be very, very careful when it comes to using AI, because you have this thing called shadow leak that is very, very dangerous. And that's why certain rules and procedures need to be applied to company policy when using AI, because there's always a risk of exposure. So when using AI, rather it's ChatGPT or whatever, Gemini or something like that, you need to be aware that not everything is always safe and secure. Just because a company like such as OpenAI may tell you this, I mean, it's probably written in their agreement when you sign up for it, that there is always a risk for data exfiltration. So whenever you do things within your company or organization, always assume that somebody's always watching. And I would say, if I was a person making those policies, there should be certain restrictions on information that is being fed to these AI chatbots or these AI applications. So be very, very careful of what you feed AI, because there's always going to be a vulnerability somewhere. And this is not me trying to trash talk a company, OpenAI, because I absolutely love the work that they do. But this is just something to keep an eye on. There's always a risk no matter what you do, where you go. Second example here is data retention and training uncertainty. Many users become concerned about whether conversations were stored, how long they were retained, whether private inputs influence training. Even when safeguards exist, unclear answers create risk. So why does this matter? Users don't always know where their data goes. They don't know how long it lives, and they don't know who or what can access it. Shadow leaks aren't always confirmed exposures. Sometimes they're unknown exposures, which can be very, very dangerous. And our third example here, prompt injection and context bleed. This is some good stuff. Security researchers demonstrated that carefully crafted prompts could sometimes cause AI systems to reveal internal system instructions, expose hidden behaviors, blur the separation between user input and system logic. And again, no hacking tools, no malware, no account takeover, just information escaping where it shouldn't. This is one of the most important or most misunderstood parts of AI security. The system can leak data through interaction alone. That's still a shadow leak. What users need to understand is that this isn't just about ChatGPT. It applies to all or any AI platform out there. AI is not private. It is not a private vault. If you wouldn't send it to a third party, don't assume it's safe to enter into an AI system, which is what I just basically explained. So avoid the following here. Avoid entering passwords, API keys, social security numbers, confidential legal documents, internal business strategies. Even trusted systems can experience unintended exposure. So please, 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 if you are working for an organization, you must have restrictions. You must have a policy set in place to limit what information is plugged into these AI applications. So that is the lesson for today. Be careful what you enter. Also, as a consumer, not just businesses themselves, but as a consumer, as somebody who personally uses AI for personal reasons, be careful what you put in there. Try not to put in things like passwords, emails, your social. You should never put in your social at all. Don't think as AI as a person. And I hate to say this because I see people out there all the time where they talk to AI and they're like, no, do this and that. Like, they treat AI like trash. And I don't think that's fair, because you don't know one day that AI could potentially think for itself, and it's fed all this information from users, mistreating it like it's an object. I get it, but AI is not I hate to say this, but AI is not really our friend here. It is a tool, yes, but it can be used in, like we just said here, it can be used for evil. Where there is a light side, there's always going to be a dark side. So be very, very careful. It is, yeah, I know some people have their connections to AI as if they're friends or like they're another human being. But again, be very, very careful what you plug in. So final thoughts here. If you want to think like a defender, you have to think beyond exploits. You have to ask, where does the data live? Where does it travel? Where could it leak without anyone noticing? So lessons to be learned here. Make sure you apply policies for your company, restricting AI, like restricting certain parameters that are entered into AI, things like that, so that you don't become victim of shadow leaks. And also shadow leaks, like we said earlier, a lot of them go undetected, so we don't even know if there's a shadow leak or not. It could be another one in ChatGPT. We don't know. The other day when I went to Google search something, I remember seeing, I don't know if this was a shadow leak again, but I remember seeing part of a chat that was publicly listed on the search engine. So be very, very careful what you enter to ChatGPT, and not just that, but any AI that you use. So that's going to be it for today for CyberGuardians Unlimited. This is my second episode. I'm glad to have you guys here. This is kind of a creative thing that I did, of course, to investigate a shadow leak. But be safe out there and make sure you have rules and policies, again, applied to your company or even your personal life. AI is not a friend, you guys. It is a nice tool. AI is a nice tool, don't get me wrong, but there's always a risk. So stay safe and stay secure. And if you're new to my podcast, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Cyber Guardians podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. And as always, again, stay safe and stay secure.